And for this purpose, with us in the studio is Mr. Ali AlMestneer, a former member in the Human Rights Organization. I would love to welcome you on the National Day, and Happy National Day, Mr. Ali.
Happy National Day to all of you. It's really a great day that carries a lot of messages to us as citizens and also toward the world. It is a great day that relay a lot of messages like trying to encourage all citizens of Saudi Arabia to do what they can do to help their country. It's also a call for the national unity. It's also a call for tolerance and dialogue. It's a call also for a celebration and enjoyment for all the people of Saudi Arabia to celebrate this day.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Mr. Ali, of course, speaking of the National Day, of course, the National Day for us Saudi Arabians represents the beginning of the unification of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Of course, unifying all these states here in the Arabian Peninsula under the Sharia law, under one law. Of course, it took our grandfathers a very, let's say, it was a very tough task to do. And remembering everything done, them being led by King Abdulaziz,
yes,
may he rest in peace, reminds us of these great sacrifices. What does celebrating the National Day and remembering everything about our grandfathers, how does it help us to become more patriotic here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia?
Of course, today is the date for remembrance. Remembrance of the effort that our forefathers or grandfather, under the leadership of King Abdulaziz, have united this country. This country, as you know, is a big, huge country. It's almost like a continent. It was tribes fighting each other, a lot of regions scattered here and there, and putting all these things together and uniting all the people under one flag, uniting the whole kingdom, as you know, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, is a huge country. And to actually work and bring all these people together is a huge task. And this really encourages us to remember what our grandfather have done in the past, and encourage us to build on and continue this national unity and go forward toward progress and building our country. Of course, as today the kingdom has we have gone through so many changes and progress. This era, the era of King Abdullah and his legacy, will be known for the progress, the education, and also the tolerance. And there are a lot of things to celebrate these days.
Mr. Ali, how do you read the education in Saudi Arabia and the people and their acceptability to the idea of having a national day at the moment?
Really, education in any nation is the backbone of progress, and it's also where the new generations come and continue this progress. For so many years, of course, this is the time for developing the education. And King Abdullah project for developing education will take the kingdom for a new era. This era is the era of technology, era of science, and I think this time that's where we should concentrate on. Of course, curriculums in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia needs to be changed so it can go with the progress that's all over the world. So I think education is the main aspect of progress in any nation.
Do you see any important or any importance for something called the national education?
Of course, national education is an education that actually help the students, help so they can really be proud of their country, be proud of what they have accomplished. And for so many years, of course, you know, you look all over the world, in each nation, the National Day is always a day to celebrate all the accomplishment that the country has accomplished. And we are, as Saudis, as proud Saudis of what we have accomplished, you know, this National Day is a day for us to celebrate.
And for us to understand the importance of what happened in the past 77 years. It's for our children to know where did this all start from.
That's true, that's true.
And it's always used to implement, I think, the love and the passion to where you belong.
That's true. Actually, national education, like you said, is an education that really, from the beginning, make the student, the child, proud of his country, proud of his what has been accomplished, of course.
It reaches to the sense of being a patriot. It reaches to the patriot inside everyone, and to seek you to love your country even more. Speaking of education, Mr. Ali, of course, on the National Day, of course, it's the opening of KAUST, which is the King Abdullah University for Science and Technology, was scheduled to open on the National Day. What does that reflect? What does that indicate on you?
You know, really, I think King Abdullah's legacy will be known as the King of Education and Progress. King Abdullah University for Science and Technology is a great step toward the future. You know, you look at the board of the university, it's all the, you know, great scientists from all over the world. Look at the curriculums, the research. This university actually will be a new step toward the future in technology and science education in the kingdom. Of course, the importance of this university is the fact that it is, of course, the King Abdullah is going to invite a lot of leaders from all over the world. And this indicates the importance of this university and how it's going to be a new step toward science and technology education in the kingdom.
Mr. Ali, as you mentioned, King Abdullah is very passionate about education. Can you name any other projects that are ongoing through the era of King Abdullah, and how he tries always to focus on education other than the King Abdullah University for Science and Technology?
Yes, of course. King Abdullah era really is, like I mentioned, it's the era of education. Look at how many universities now in the kingdom and how many it was before. Now there in every region of the country there is a university. This tells you the passion of King Abdullah for education. Also, you know, look at how many thousands and thousands of students now are being sent abroad in scholarships.
The 5 years program.
All over, yeah, to England, to America, Australia. The King Abdullah program for scholarship is a very huge program. I think the budget for it is billions and billions. Look at how many students. There are tens of thousands of students